Welcome back to Abiotic Factor. In this episode, we will start a brand new campaign. I've already gone ahead and customized the sandbox settings for a more casual, laid-back experience without removing too much of a challenge. I have decreased the rate at which food spoils and increased the refrigeration effectiveness. I've slightly decreased the hunger and thirst rate because I've often found when your character becomes hungry and thirsty too often, it tends to become annoying and can take away from the overall enjoyment of the game. I also minimized the continence rate. I gave items a slight duration increase from 1 to 2, and I have disabled the research minigame, as it can get a little tedious later on. Let's go ahead and press start. So this is our job selection screen. Your science skills will grow over time, but your chosen profession gives you an immediate skill advantage. Ask yourself, what kind of scientist are you? Hover over a job to learn more. From top to bottom, we have a lab assistant, an epidemical bionomicist, transkinematic researcher, archotechnic consultant, a phytogenetic botanist, somatic gastrologist, paratheoretical physicist, a defense analyst, and lastly, we have a summer intern. Each of these jobs have different strengths, varying from construction, sneaking, throwing, fortitude, sprinting, strength, and so on and so forth, except for the summer intern, who has a blank slate. They all have different starting points as well, which we will get into in a moment. For this playthrough, I will be choosing the lab assistant, as it seems like a very neutral job. And now we get to choose our traits. We have a total of 10 points to throw into positive traits, and negative traits will grant us more points to spend onto positive traits, but I'm going to try avoid choosing any negative traits. I ended up choosing thick-skinned, which grants us a 50% lower chance of receiving bleeding injuries. This cost us 3 points. And then I spent another 5 points into self-defense, which gives us plus 3 damage with all melee weapons. This leaves us with only 2 available points left to spend, which can either be spent on the Bladder of Steel trait or the Hobbyist Chef trait. And since I already decreased the continence rate, I ended up choosing Hobbyist Chef. Okay, so let us finish up and jump right into our first playthrough. And so here we are. This game kind of throws you in the cafeteria. It's where we start off. Behind us is the elevator where we came out of when we did the tutorial. Let's go ahead and talk to this guy.
I don't think we've met.
No, we haven't. You must be Dr. Thiel. I'm Undead. I am lab assistant Undeadward.
Ah, you're stuck here too, eh? I came down from level 8 for a coffee. Now I'm locked in here for God knows how long. It'll be those fools on level 3 overreacting again. Looks like Jaeger's locked out. Typical. See if you can let him in. Maybe he knows what's happened. But take your time. He's insufferable.
Classic Jaeger.
If Jaeger thinks I'm crawling through the vents to let him in, he's got another thing coming.
So yes, just like the majority of large-scale facilities in video games, this place is absolutely littered with ventilation tunnels that we will definitely be crawling in. And we also seem to have a few journal updates. Open the cafeteria door. I should probably let Dr. Jaeger into the cafeteria. Let's open our gate compendium. People... There's an update for Dr. Ulrich Thiel, physicist, theoretical physicist, coffee aficionado, committed cynic. Dr. Thiel has a few friends among the gate staff, but like many of his kind is tolerated for his regular insights and occasional brilliance. Very brilliant, considering you're grabbing a coffee from an out-of-order machine. In the office sector, the vents, Dr. Thiel refuses to crawl through the vents to let Dr. Jaeger into the cafeteria. So naturally, it is up to us to crawl through the vents and let Dr. Jaeger in. Let's grab this cloth scrap. And you'll notice it gives us new recipes for a bandage and for a throw net. The bandages we obviously use to heal ourselves from injuries, and the throw nets we use to ensnare small critters in place. Let's grab a handful of those nuts. Alright, let me get on my knees for those nuts. Slowly put them in my mouth. Right, so we just had a little snack. And let's explore the rest of this vicinity. So obviously these doors are locked. Otherwise we could have just easily head in there. Let's go into the restrooms. Gulping up that entire sink with one hand. Let's check out the bin. Got some paper scrap. We also have lab gloves. Sleek white gloves typically worn by lab workers. It gives us 1 armor. I'm just gonna wear it, why not? And then we have some cloth scrap and paper scrap, which we use as resources for crafting. And this right here is our armor weight. That's our wristwatch, our pager. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I think that's our general state of well-being. These are empty slots for everything that we can wear, from a headlamp, head armor, we've got gloves on, chest armor, leg armor, offhand armament, trinkets, and a full bodysuit. We've got $4 left, and our capacity 0 out of 64. This is our health status. We are well fed, hydrated. We don't need to visit the loo. We're not tired, and we are copacetic. You're well fed, hydrated, and in your element. You lose 10% less stamina and you heal faster. We don't have any health issues, but we also don't have any medical items in our inventory. And then this is our crafting screen. We are able to craft a bandage. There's a crafting bench, but we cannot craft that yet, as we need duct tape, power supply unit, and some pipes. We can craft ourselves a throw net, which we will do later on using cloth scrap, then an energy brick, which we will have to craft soon, but we will need a power supply unit, circuit board, tech scrap, and a case fan. This is our gate pal and our stats. This kind of just shows our progress in different, I guess, traits or strengths, skills, and so on and so forth. Let's see if there's anything in the stalls. Janitor closet. We have a chef hat. Chef hat, the hallmark of a true chef, increases corpse cutting speed. Durability 20 out of 20. Let's go ahead and throw that into our head armor slot so we are wearing it. Grab some paper scrap, some more paper scrap, and a cloth scrap. Now I think that's everything this side. Let's go to the other side. First aid. We've got a new recipe for splint and a new idea for a healing syringe. So in here we have a splint that's to stabilize a broken leg. We have iodine tablets that can reduce radiation someone receives, as well as reduce radiation they currently have. And a healing syringe for health, and a bandage. So the bandage won't heal us, but it will stop bleeding, and the syringe won't stop bleeding, but it will heal us. So obviously these two would make a really good combination when we are really injured. Oh, this dustpan is dead. Let me give it an autopsy. Got some paper scrap. Let's leap over this like a gazelle. Oh, it's so dark and spooky in the ladies' room. Is it always this dark in the ladies' restrooms? I don't know. Leave a comment down below and tell us why. Let me see if there's anything in here. Nothing. 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 And nothing. Right. Right, so we emptied the restrooms. See if there's anything else here. Anything up here that we might have missed? Here's the kitchen. There you can see a little critter kind of just minding its own business, waiting for us. because it really wants to hurt us, but we'll get to that bridge when we cross it. Hey.
They always pick the worst possible time to lock the place down.
Flow transit. Of course, there's a lot of blood. We'll get to that later. And storage. Let's grab some duct tape. This gives us a new recipe for a landing cushion. Some more duct tape. More duct tape. Close the door so we have access to this little metal vent. Let me grab the metal scrap. And some more duct tape. Let me dismantle this. Grab the metal scrap. And would you know it, more duct tape. Let me dismantle that. Grab some more metal scrap. Nothing up here. We made it on top of this little light, so now we can dance on top of the light. I look so silly with my little chef hat. Let's crawl in here. Some more cloth scrap, duct tape, dust, cloth scrap. Dismantle this, grab the metal scrap. And this takes us to a giant fan. Oh, that killed us. Okay, I'm gonna quit here and I'll just speed run and do everything that I did. I didn't mean to get myself killed. Alright, I had to restart again just to... Okay, so without killing myself in this fan, this is... eventually I want to get there on the other side, but for now this fan is blocking our way. But we'll get there, maybe not this episode, but in a later episode. Let's go back in here. Dismantle this, grab the metal scrap. Grab this cloth scrap. And over here we have this little critter grabbing us right over there, which is very unfortunate. So we're gonna go ahead and stomp it. Again. There we go. And it gives us a raw carbuncle. Pick this up to potentially unlock new ideas. Throw that in there. Raw carbuncle, emitting very low radiation. Some kind of half-gestated being. Will cause sickness and vomiting. Uncooked, hungerful, only 8, but dangerous radiation when ingested. I'm gonna keep this in our inventory. We might have a use for it later on. So those familiar with the Half-Life games, this is kind of like one of the barnacles. Except over here it's a carbuncle, but it's a very similar concept. Is a dead critter that somehow got electrocuted. We don't want to go down there and get sliced into pieces. Let's open this door. A carbuncle, new compendium data. Let's have a look in our journal entry, registry, IS-0171-A, carbuncle. Designation, SANC AG/IN. Containment protocols, IS-0171-A is to be isolated by a perimeter cordon with a radius of 12 feet or greater at all times. No personnel may approach within 10 feet unless wearing full face and body protective wear conforming to GISP bioprotective standards at all times. Full decontamination required on all equipment exposed to IS-0171-A. Someone in the facility may know more about this topic. So that's the carbuncle. Grab some cloth, some duct tape. over there we have one of those little critters. I'm gonna step back and craft a throw net. We're gonna need that. Actually, let's create a few. Okay, yes, I'm holding one in my hand and aim just above it and throw. Gotcha. Stop! That gives us some bioscrap. Bioscrap, a heap of biological scrap, might come in handy, not to be confused for actual food. Dismantle this vent grid. And some more duct tape. It's an exposed fan. Don't want to be part of that. Which direction? Let's go down here. We've got a toolbox with a screwdriver and some duct tape. Let's see, we got a new journal update in the gate compendium registry. The I is 0173-A. Pest. So these they just call pests. Designation sank AG/IN. Containment protocols I is -0173-A is to be separated from researchers by barriers a minimum of 8 feet in height at all times, unless subject is sedated or dead. Acoustic baffling is suggested for all containment environments, and loud noises or use of power equipment is strongly discouraged. Subject is to be fed remotely. This entity is weak against blunt damage. There's likely more information about this topic in the gate email system. Unlock the other entries first and the rest is redacted. Here's the cafeteria where we started. There's Dr. Thiel still sitting down. Let's grab the screwdriver, some more duct tape. And we've reached the end of this. There's a bunch of pipes that just highlighted for some reason. I don't think they're all meant to highlight. I think that might be a bug in the game. It usually only highlights when you look at it, but I could be wrong. So let's dismantle this. This will give us 4 metal pipes as well as a pressure gauge. This gives us a number of new ideas and recipes. For example, here's Boom Bait, a device that emits a beeping noise to attract enemies, then a damaging detonation. Also have the Chef's Counter, a large 2-sided station that allows both the creation of food recipes and the preparing of fish. There's a vacuum, a super powerful makeshift vacuum, good for sucking up items and maybe even small critters. There's the landing cushion. Let's dismantle this as well. Let's grab some more metal pipes, another pressure gauge. There's nothing on top of these, no. What just happened? Oh. Can't see a thing in here. It's another metal pipe. Oh, there's a pest. Let's kill it quickly. Gives us more bioscrap and another metal pipe. We grab that pressure gauge and those pipes. And anything else? I don't see anything. Let's go through this door. Gotta souse the flashlight. Some more pipes. Let me grab all of that. There's an email terminal. Cooking. From G. Chevalier at cascade.internal.gate. Hey Kentaro, I'm looking for a gift for a friend of mine who loves cooking. Any thoughts? From Kimamura at cascade.internal.gate. They want to be a chef, give them a knife. Until you chop it up, you can't cook it. Let's download this JPEG of a piece of steak with a knife, which gives us a recipe for a shiv. A shiv, a hastily made blade for stabbing things. Don't expect it to last. And for that we need pins and duct tape. We jump up here. I want to see if I can get into that ventilation tunnel. Gotcha. Let's equip our flashlight. It's bright. What's this? Got some more cloth scrap, another toolbox that gives us oil. Got a whole bunch of new ideas and recipes. This toolbox gives us a can of petroleum-based oil used to repair and craft. We put it in there. I'm running out of space. Got some glue. I need to drop some stuff. I have an idea. Gonna stand here right on the edge and see if I can drop a few things. Alright, that seems to work. Let me drop that. And the tech scrap. Let's drop our duct tape, our paper scrap, and our cloth scrap. And then we'll just pick that up later again. Now I'm gonna grab the screwdriver and the glue. Let me grab this duct tape as well. We have another view of the cafeteria. Hey, Dr. Thiel, how you doing down there? Okay, so once we go down there, we cannot go back up, so I'll check it out later. Let's go back. I want to see what's down here. There's a dead end, and over here, some cloth scrap. So I want to go back all the way and drop off here. I'll come back for all of this stuff in a moment. For now, I want to see if there's anything on top of the vent. I know a way to get up there, but I can't remember if there's anything up there. Okay, so we want to jump over this little railing and on top of the wall. Bit slippery. Oh, no! I didn't hurt myself. So we want to get on top of this piece of wall and then jump up here. Let's see. Oh, hold on. There we go. Is there anything up here? Probably just a bunch of spiders. No, nothing else. Can we get in there behind that crate? No. It's blocked off, it seems. Oh, there's nothing up here. Right, I'm gonna ready my net because we are entering the kitchen and I can already see that little pest hopping around waiting for us. So let me sneak in through my net. Gotcha. And kill it. Let's see if there are any more of these. Was that the only one? There's another one in a corner. Nope. Gotcha. Got some scrumptious pork chop frying in a pan. We also have new recipes. A chopinator, a deployable fan with spinning blades, extremely dangerous when powered on. Definitely gonna build a few of these, I'm sure. But we need an energy brick. So we need all of these items to create this. Well, to create the energy brick in order to create the chopinator. We're able to craft a cooking pot from a stapler and some metal scrap. Able to create a frying pan from a desk leg and metal scrap, and a pipe club made from a metal pipe, a pressure gauge, and some glue. And we have all of these items, but we require a powered crafting bench in order to put that together. We also have the recipe to craft a healing syringe. For that we need test tube, antivirus wheat, and bio scrap. So a bunch of recipes. Are you okay? You doing well? Chef apron. Chef apron, a classic mess preventing cooking apron. Prevents the buildup of blood and other liquids on the wearer. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on and let us continue. Let's ready our throwing net just for in case. There's a kitchen knife. I'm gonna grab that later. Some more cloth scraps. There's another kitchen knife and a cafeteria tray. I'll come back later to pick all of that up. It's another pest. Gotcha. Stomp it.
Any colder and I'll be homeostatic.
It's not that cold. Okay, I guess it is. Got some ice cream. New recipe. Ice cream. We need an egg, a milk sack, and some gemmed sugar. Let me dismantle that. Grab all of those parts. First aid. Got some more iodine tablets, bandage, and a healing syringe and a splint. But we don't have any more inventory slots available, so I'm gonna leave these 2 items over there. In fact, I'm gonna grab the syringe and the bandage. So I'm removing all the medical equipment out of my inventory, and I'm just gonna use this as a temporary storage unit. And go in here. I can't. It's locked. Let me open this gate.
Hello? Over here.
What's that thing doing? Kill it.
You going to leave me standing here?
Hold on, hold your horses.
Oh, you're new.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like that little pest damaged the power system. Can you get someone to fix it? But hurry, would you? I'm not enjoying standing around out here. It was hours last time, and I don't feel safe at all.
You know, Dr. Thew said you're insufferable. Can see why.
Well, if you're the only help available, you should set up somewhere and sort this out.
And let's have a look at our journal. There's a new update. The office sector notes, crafting bench. Dr. Jaeger thinks I may need to set up somewhere to get to work if I want to fix this door for him. And we will do just that, but in the next episode. So when we come back, we will gather the resources to build an energy brick, which we will use to open the doors for Dr. Jaeger. Thank you as always for watching, and if you like this episode and you want to see more, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Until then, see you in the next
All
episode.
major power outlets are shut down, as well as most pathway lighting. However, if your research or study requires a source of energy during nocturnal hours, protocols permit the use of approved battery and electrical storage systems to power your projects when the lights go out. If you do